Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pistons come in off a critical Game 1 win and are now poised and prepared as they attempt to take a 2-0 lead against the New York Knicks. The Eastern Conference Finals continue.
Hi again, thanks for joining us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Well, it was a great Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Game 2, just about ready to tip off. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. Jalen Duren is out there with the star Thompson. And it's Whitehead in at the 3. And for New York, they've got Towns. George is out there with Josh Hart. Then there's Campbell, and it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. Take a look at the Knicks. Well, they took a tough loss in Game 1, but they're at home and ready to make progress towards winning the conference.
That's the plan, at least. But it can be hard to get the momentum back after getting stung in Game 1. They have to make the adjustments here, for sure.
Here's Whitehead. Drives to the hoop, and he jams it with authority.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Now here's Towns. It doesn't go for him. Great defense that time from Duren. Driving the lane. Ivy with the bucket.
And this is exactly what Ivy wants to do. Get downhill.
Outside, George. Rebound by the Pistons.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that... distance, his percentages go down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
It's really a team effort out there right now, which is great to see. No one wants to be the weak link. That was their 4th straight miss to start this game. Not ideal.
And then Ivy with the jam.
Ivy right there trying to send a message. What a throwdown.
And that great replay brought to... by the AT&T Connected Cam. To the middle, here's George. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Finally, after all those plays, someone comes through for him.
Yeah, it took a few trips. Now let's see if that can get them going.
Cunningham for 3.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
Ivy against Campbell. Thompson with the rebound. The Pistons have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Into the lane, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And here's Brunson. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in.
And defense is all over Brunson inside, but still manages to outmaneuver them for the deuce.
Pass to Whitehead. That one goes in. Whitehead's got 7 points in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside, George. Towns sets the pick for George. The kick out to Towns. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Detroit. They're on a 12-4 run. An absolute bomb from 3-point. Range. 10 points for him.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. The Knicks making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Towns, a screen on Ivy. No good from Campbell. Pistons leading by 11. Here's Whitehead. He's got 10. Towns with the steal. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Knicks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. They look to start a new streak after losing on Monday.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Well, that's a great point, and you can also add poor communication. The rotations were slow and sometimes not even there at all.
And here is Anunoby, following the three-pointer by Cade Cunningham. Good on the triple.
His first make, and, maybe that will get him going.
Thompson passes to Whitehead. Over George. Again, the Pistons good for two.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Knicks trail by 12. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe. Campbell with it. He has 7. Bridges outside. Offline with his 3. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Holland, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange.
The Pistons making a change here. .146 left to play in the first. Brunson the pass to Campbell. Puts up a deep 3. Whitehead with the rebound. Whitehead's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Cunningham for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Cunningham's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Campbell. That balls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Jenkins the pass to Whitehead. To the paint. Shots good by Jenkins. And the Pistons lead by 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Campbell is screen on Cunningham. Out to Bridges. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cunningham. Miles McBride's checked in for New York. Detroit making a switch here. And New York making a change here. Hart's checked in. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Ivy. There's Whitehead. He's guarded by Anunoby. Whitehead's shot is off.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Such a selfless player. Anunoby isn't focused on his own shot. He's looking to create.
Whitehead deciding where to go with it. Here's Cunningham. The six-footer's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
On deep, Brunson. Brunson drops it in from the arc. Wow!
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the three, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Thompson in the corner. Cunningham. Outside. That's in. Coming up. Off the assist from Thompson. Cunningham's got 12 in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Brunson. Brunson carving out space inside.
Amazing floater from Brunson. He continues to show how dangerous he can be.
Now, Ivy, 8 points for him. And the shot goes in.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest. Shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Here's Campbell, and again it's New York.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Here's Whitehead, 14 points for him. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Pass to Brunson. New York moving it around. Takes the three. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Thompson in the corner. Here's Whitehead. There's the triple. Campbell grabs the board.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Right with a screen on Ivy. It's good, and the Pistons lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Campbell.
Their lead with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them for the Knicks. Here's Jean Yabusele. He's checked in for Anunoby. George got a different look for New York. Huff's jacked in, and it's Campbell in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Detroit, Stewart comes in for Thompson. And it's Jenkins in for Ivy. Here's Whitehead. It's hauled in by George.
And it's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pistons.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Now, here's Cunningham. 12 points for him. Here's Whitehead. From outside the arc. Turin. It's rolled in by Huff. George passes to McBride. Back to George. George double team. McBride finds George. Lets it go with the 3. Drills the three-pointer. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Knicks.
That's a high percentage.
effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Detroit, no. Good that time either. New York has gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. No good from Campbell. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Unreal.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
A tight game here in New York. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Jenkins. Cunningham outside. Yep, that one goes. Cunningham's got 8 points in the quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Knicks. They lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Detroit, 50.
And as
you know, I love what they're doing, being patient on offense, getting high percentage looks, keep feeding the beast. Yes.
And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And here we go, heading back to the action here in the Eastern Conference Final. The Pistons trailing. Hart is out there with George. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Campbell in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. And he comes up with the deuce. Whitehead's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Detroit.
I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate.
The 8-footer outworking the defense. Again, Brunson.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Here's Whitehead, defended by George. And it's good for... 2. Whitehead's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Well, his scoring ability is why this game is all tied up. A few more key possessions like that, and they could start to pull away.
And here is Campbell. 19 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Well, it's nice to get a layup that can get your offense flowing.
Ivy nailed from three-point land. Ivy's got 11 points.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
Hard against Thompson. Campbell with it. He's got 21. And Brunson gets it to go.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Let's take a look at the players who have pulled down the most rebounds during this postseason. Jalen Duren is second.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
Thompson finds Cunningham. There's the lob to Duren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, with that size and athletic ability, Duren is a terrific alley-oop threat.
Pass to Campbell. Shoots the three. And again, it's a New York three.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
Pistons trail by 3. Now, here's Ivy. Pistons passing it around. That's good by Whitehead.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Campbell kicks to Brunson. The tray. The three-point. Provided by Brunson.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Here's Whitehead looking for Cunningham, and he gets it there. Yep, it counts. Cunningham's got 16 points.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Pass to Campbell. Outside for George. From outside. Off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Whitehead passes to Duren. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 6.
Yeah, it's a street fight out there, and that's exactly how Duren likes to play.
And it's George finishing it off as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Cunningham passes to Whitehead. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist in the game. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They trail by 1. Outside for George. Brunson the pass to Hart. Hands it from downtown.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Here's Whitehead. 25 points in the game. Pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Sinks that one from the post. Thompson's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
George passes to Campbell. Hart outside. This one for three. Whitehead with the rebound. Whitehead's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Over George, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. OG Anunoby's checked in for Josh Hart. Then for the Pistons, Howland, he's checked in for Azar Thompson. And it's Jenkins in for Jaden Ivey. Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Duran against Towns. Here's Campbell. Over Jenkins. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Here's Whitehead. No good on the three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Down low, here's Cunningham, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
That's the kind of athlete Cunningham is. He gets up fast and throws it down.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there.
So both teams making some changes here. Now Cunningham. Sasser finds Cunningham. Back to Sasser. Cunningham outside. Just 5 on the clock. Detroit needs to get off his shot. That's good by Whitehead.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
On the court for the Pistons. Whitehead out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Duran. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's Sasser in at the shooting guard position.
Well, Anunoby meets resistance inside, but he uses some muscle to get that shot off.
Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Beyond the arc. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Campbell. Campbell's got 29.
And that's his second 3 of that half and his 5th overall. Really lighting it up.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. The Knicks call time. For the Knicks, Towns, he's checked in for Anunoby. George comes in for Campbell. And it's Jalen. Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Whitehead. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, defending Cunningham, boy, a challenge. You have to pay extra attention. That's when you leave someone open.
Shoots it. Up it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Campbell.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guy you trust. the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 11 in the second half.
Well, that's the thing about Cunningham. He can carry your offense. Tonight, he's doing it with his scoring.
Bridges passes to Towns.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
And they've also done an outstanding job scoring in the paint, getting close looks and just pounding them inside.
Ivy's checked in for Detroit. Stewart with the screen on Brunson. Here's Cunningham. What a terrific move that was. Cunningham's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's double. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Connects from three-point range. 15 points for George.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Cunningham for three.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
George passes to Campbell. And Campbell throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Stolen by George. And now the Knicks on the break to take the lead. And again, it's New York. And guys, here in the fourth quarter. Still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
And here's Cunningham. Pass to Stewart. Back to Cunningham. And again, it's the Pistons missing. The Knicks with the lead. Shoots from 14. Count that one. Brunson's got 29.
And he lives for the moment. Brunson playing his best during crunch time.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical. Now, Thompson, he's checked in for the Pistons. To end the run. The Knicks pull it in. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. From 19, that one goes.
And memo to the rest of the team, continue to get him the basketball. He's clearly delivering here in the fourth.
Pistons trailed by 5. Launches it. And it doesn't go.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
For 3, he drills the 3.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
How hard? Finishes inside on the nice dish.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Ivy outside. Thompson looking for an opening. Knocked down before.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Here's Towns. Off the glass.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
And down goes the 3.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Brunson. Cunningham pulls it down.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Stewart trying to get open. No luck that time on a shot that would have put him on top. Oh, it hurts. George! Down it goes for three.
And you can tell this is a priority for Brunson. He wants everyone involved.
It's Ivy. Thompson outside.
Had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within two. And that one goes in. Two from the line that time.
Yeah, a lot of pressure in this situation. Not easy to convert those free throws.
George fires, buries the deep ball.
Oh, the nerve. On this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just luck.
Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. He on the arc. Cleared away by George. And so they foul intentionally. And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Adding these extra points is a huge difference this late in the game.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Cunningham with it. Hard covering. And he does not hit. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. And it's Detroit's ball.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
So it's New York picking up the win. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at one game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our player of the game.